I'm Ray Young at Rayzor Tattoos. Today we'll be meeting the police chief of Steelton and seeing what he says about skateboarders, the skateboard community, and the skate park of Steelton. Okay, so Tony, you're the police chief here in Steelton.
That's correct.
Okay, and so I think we'll start off with this. I got something to show you here. Look, he's smiling because he's like, oh, right? Here you go. You see this? This is it.
Let me see it.
What do you think of this?
What I think of this, I think this is outdated policing.
Wow.
That's out of touch with society. Our job is to be a part of society and improve the quality of life. I see a person who's doing something that's, well, in his opinion, illegal. You know, skateboarding, but really what harm is he doing to anybody by skateboarding? So I kind of have an issue with this a little bit.
You do? I could tell.
So,
like, you got all serious on me.
I did get serious. Right now, society views police in a negative way.
Okay.
And I feel that we've done that to ourselves a little bit. I think the new generation of police officers are going to change that image.
Let me play devil's advocate here. We don't know what that guy was doing.
We don't.
Right? So there's that, first off.
But I can tell you, being at the state capitol, and I see a skateboard in the background, and I see a pair of steps back there, I can assume what he was doing.
You're actually right. I'm going to say you're right there because, yeah, that's right. You picked up on him as a state capitol. You're the police chief here in Steelton. How long have you been doing that here?
Officially since June of 2016.
And what'd you do before that?
I was a detective. I specialize in crimes against children.
Oh, you're really serious. That's serious stuff. Who'd you do that for?
Stilton.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I've been with Stilton 14 years now.
And then you had a military background as well.
That's correct.
You're like a SEAL ninja guy, like Black Op or something, right?
No. I was.
Oh, you're the janitor.
I was an MP, almost like a janitor.
Oh, MP.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a military police officer with the United States Army. My duty station was Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio.
Oh, nice.
So of course I got to see some things and deal with things. I went abroad. I was in Romania. I got to see law enforcement aspects in other countries. And to deal with that.
Okay.
When I got back from the military, I was employed with the Department of Defense as a police officer.
Okay.
Had some rank over there. I was a sergeant. And I decided I didn't want to be a number anymore. I wanted to make a change, and I came to a local small community, Steelton Borough. One of the things that I focused on is, as police officers, too often we have formal contacts, which means that I get called to your house for a call of service. So that means it's negative. You're either a victim, witness, or a suspect.
Right.
All three are negative. We need to focus on the informal contacts to increase the positive interaction. This gives us an opportunity to absolutely do that.
The park does?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This is so positive to the community. I mean, you go up there, you're going to have kids skating, and all of a sudden they're going to see a police car come up.
And they're going to run?
We're going to run first. We're going to leave the drinks there.
I don't know if they'll run right away. I'm like nervous now with you being here. I'm ready to run.
I get it. I see it. You're sweating.
I'm sweating.
But we have to change that social norm. We have to. The 21st century police officer is a problem solver. You know, they have to think on their feet. And too often, leadership will direct them on what they do. I've kind of taken that back a little bit. Now, of course, because of liabilities, we have policies and procedures. We want good officers making good decisions. We have an outstanding police department, and they're very involved with the community, but what I'm hearing back from the community now is we don't always know that. We see you around, but we don't know how much you're really involved. And now that's going to change. This is going to be the next year. This year, next year, you're going to start seeing the results of the police officers themselves being more involved in that, just me. It's no longer a 9-to-5 job. You know, you have to be involved in the community. People are going to trust you if they see you and you have a rapport with them. Right now, I can tell you that our crime rate's a little higher than it was. We're high because we're only a small department.
Right.
But there's a lot of crime here. We had an increase in 2016 on crime rate. And the reason being is, I will tell you, it's not because we were busier than the years before. It's that more people are trusting us and working with us. Our solvability and clearance rate are much higher as well.
Okay.
So what's being reported is being dealt with. There's not much to do for the community here. My thought process is this: I'm tired of people looking at Steelton and looking down towards us. This is a wonderful community. You know, it has a lot of history. The problem that we have is that we like to put ourselves in the news for negative reasons. Why not us? Let's be positive. Let's be the leaders. Let's show other communities how to do things. Maybe the skate park isn't anything more than just a skate park, but it's thinking outside the box.
It's a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, we're giving people opportunity to do what they love, to improve the quality of life.
You don't skateboard, right?
Well, I will tell you, I had an H Street back when I was younger.
You could ollie?
When I was younger.
Yeah?
You won't catch me on a board now.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more fragile than I used to be.
Sure.
So, but,
Okay.
I wasn't a huge skateboarder, but when I grew up, everybody skateboarded. Everybody had some type of, Tony Hawk was big, you know, you had H Street. There was a lot of things going on in the community. No place to skate.
Right.
Never
there
had a place
hasn't
to
been
skate.
a place to skate.
Never had a place to skate.
Right. That's completely true. You know what I mean? And you lose a lot of forward-thinking minds in the area because they are into that lifestyle, and it's just like, well, why should I stick around here when I can just go Colorado, York? I mean, I can move to York and live right next to a skateboard park.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, when I was growing up, everybody wanted to go to California.
Oh yeah.
To skate the pools.
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Well, that's what I did when I was a kid. Absolutely. Yep. So let me ask you this: why do you hate skateboarders?
Oh, I don't hate skateboarders.
I was joking.
I
Don't kill
hate
me.
skateboarders.
I was joking. It was
I
a
was
joke,
kidding.
dude. No.
If I had my taser, you would have seen a tasing on video. Just kidding.
What is your, big dream here?
My big dream
Yeah.
is to improve the quality of life in Steelton. Again, the skate park is the beginning. It's a piece of a puzzle. 60 to 65% of all major crimes are caused by people between the ages of 14 and 22. I think everything can be solved with communication and education. My theory in policing and crime issues based off of society.
Okay.
So I think the society influences criminal behavior. And what I mean by that is that if you walk around the neighborhood and you see your older brother and the older generation just tossing their trash out, what are you going to do? You're going to think it's acceptable behavior. I'm going to learn that behavior, and I'm going to do the same thing. You know, it takes a village to raise a child.
Well, I got a saying, it takes a village to raise an idiot. The village idiot. But, yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is the population in this town, they have to decide what they want this town to be. That doesn't mean it's the same standard as Harrisburg City or Middletown. And one of the other things we're doing this year is we're taking on it's kind of like playtime in the park is what we're calling it.
Okay.
And we're taking police officers up there. We're going to have a little cookout at each little park and just basically build a rapport with the community.
And run drills and
probably play kickball. And if
that's nice and easy.
And here's the deal: if we play like kickball or whatever, and you get me out, I might tase you or whatever.
Oh, okay. You gotta add something to it, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, we're trying to build a rapport. We want to use that park up there in itself because it's one of our larger parks.
It is a large park.
Yeah.
Did Doug come to you, or were you at the meeting when we talked about creating a skateboard cop here in Steelton, which, by the way, isn't the first one in the country? I got to give credit where credit's due. Skateboard cop Joel out in Wisconsin was where we got the idea from.
He contacted me and asked me what my thoughts were, and I looked at him and said, I won't be getting on a skateboard. I'm too fragile, but I can find somebody. I sent an email out, and within 5 minutes, I had Art Etnoyer, one of our officers, saying, I would love to do it.
Right. So you're going to put this guy on a skateboard.
That's correct.
And he's just going to maybe do a little bit of beaten path on it, too, down the streets and so on, too, right?
Yes. Instead of walking 2nd Street, he's going to skate 2nd Street.
He's probably going to have a whole slew of kids following him, too.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. We've had some complaints with skateboarders breaking up the sidewalk, but we haven't had a really major interaction with them in a negative way.
No, not at all.
We're not stopping skateboarders in town because you're skateboarding.
No.
But I think the problem of it is, and let's be realistic, if you're in Steelton, we have major crime.
Okay.
Skateboarders and nuisance crimes are a little down on our priority list.
Right.
But if the community's not going to provide an area for them to skate, then what do you expect? Yeah. What do you expect?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I guess we're going to have to get you a skateboard sooner or later. Or whatever.
Doug's hitting me up.
We're gonna get you a scooter. You can push around on a scooter.
I'm open to the idea, but I need a little time to practice before I get out in public.
Now, skateboards, depending on your socioeconomic level, can be semi-expensive. I mean, $10 is a lot of money if you don't have any money.
Right.
But the argument is it's a one-time fee. Minimal maintenance.
Right.
Skateboards actually aren't that expensive. a decent skateboard isn't that expensive compared to playing football. You know, I think I would dare say that playing football is more expensive.
Right.
Not to pick on football, but you know, any other sport, I think is, you know, the numbers add up there too.
Absolutely, and I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that we need to look at this a little differently too. And just to share a quick story with you.
I'm listening.
We had two 10-year-old kids.
Okay.
And you hit me when you said the $10. If $10 is a lot if you don't have anything.
Right,
as
right.
soon as you said it, you saw my eyes roll, and
Yeah.
I started thinking.
I thought you were having a seizure.
No. We late last year we had two 10-year-old kids.
Okay.
And they were breaking into the backyard to steal a bike. Mind you, this bike didn't have any grips. The chain was off and had two flat tires. The homeowner was going to release their German Shepherd on these two kids. That would have destroyed them. The police didn't intervene.
I'd have gave him the bike.
They picked up the two kids. They bring them to the station. I say to the children, and I said to them, I said, why would you want to steal that? And the one little boy looked at me and said, when you don't have a bike, any bike's better. Now, we had a choice to make. Our choice was, do we arrest these 10-year-olds? We're going to put them in the system that they're never going to get out of. Let's be realistic.
They're 10.
They're 10. The way we dealt with it, we bought them bikes. We've not had one contact with them. They come by and say hi. We bought them not only bikes, locks for them, helmets. I see them on the bikes all the time.
All right, Mr. Tony.
Thank you.
You're pretty rad. There you have it, folks. Tony Minium and what he thinks about skateboarding and Steelton as a whole.